What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name's Nicole and I'm an addict, and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015, and I am currently utilizing medically assisted treatment. I am on 4 milligrams of Suboxone, and I will be tapering down to 2 milligrams in February, and I will keep you posted on that. Today I'm going to tell you guys a story about the last time I got high, and I'm going to share with you what was going through my mind, what I was dealing with at that time, how I justified and rationalized the use of drugs at that time, and we're going to get real serious. But before we do that, please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know when the last time you got high was, let me know what you were feeling, how you were justifying it in your mind, how you were making up the excuses that it was going to be okay. I want to hear from you guys, so please comment down below and let's start a conversation. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends. If you're in any recovery groups, or if you have a loved one who's struggling with the disease of addiction, invite them on over to the channel. And last but not least, please click the notification bell and drag it down. Click all, so that way you'll get notified when I go live. Because I do go live quite often every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch me here live. On Friday nights we have Mara meetings, and guess what today is? It's Friday. So that's right. Tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be having a medically assisted recovery anonymous meeting. You can call in, you can share in the chat. It's going to be amazing. And tonight's topic is going to be about overcoming shame. Overcoming shame. So I really hope you guys will be able to join me tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. West Coast time. So I really hope you guys will come. I promise you, you will not regret it. It's always a good time. We have such an amazing group of addicts and alcoholics that are in recovery that want to support each other. So just come on over. Come here, Onyx. So, next line of business is, let's get into this story time, all right? Onyx, come here, baby. I'm so sorry, you guys. So, come here. Come on. What's wrong? What's wrong? Sit down. Okay. So, the last time I got high was the day before I went into treatment, okay? The day before I went into treatment, no, it was the day I went in, well, no, it was the day before. Okay, so in 2015, on July 2nd, Child Protective Services came knocking on my door, and of course I didn't answer, but they did leave a note, so I called them back the next day. When I called them back, they told me I had to come up to their office and take a drug screen. So I did what they told me I had to do and drove up there and took a drug screen, and I failed. They came out to my house the next day, gave my husband a drug screen, and they ended up telling me and my husband that they were going to let us keep Nathaniel, but they were going to put an order of protection in where we would have to do classes and we both needed to seek treatment, but they weren't going to remove him from the home. And so we were really just so glad that they weren't going to take him. Well, the next morning they came back and they changed their mind, and that's when I had to drive my son to the DHS office and give him over to a complete stranger. It was the worst day of my life. Now, before I had taken him down to the DHS office, before I knew that they were taking him away, I was in withdrawal. I was making every excuse in the world on why I needed to go get some more Roxy's. And my husband was like, Nicole, we don't need to do this. We don't need to be using. And you guys, I kid you not, I begged him to take me to go get Roxy's. And he took me to go get some. He didn't even get high. I got high by myself. I got high thinking that we were out of the woods, that our son wasn't going to get taken away, and that I was going to be able to just get it out of my system and then start fresh. This was going to be my one last time. This is going to be the one time I got high before I changed my whole life. We drove into town and met my drug dealer at Taco Bell. We called him Z. I don't know his real name. I've always called him Z. We met Z at Taco Bell, and that's when I told him about CPS, and he was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're even here buying dope from me. I can't believe you're buying pills. And of course, you know me, I was just like, I need them. I need them. And even my husband was like, I'm not doing it. And so I was so my brain was hijacked. My body was hijacked. I was not Nicole. The Nicole you see right now that's talking to you, I would never do that today. Today I can make good choices. Today I can say no, and I can set boundaries, and I can be a good mother, and I can take care of my son. I can help you guys. But back then, I was a slave. I was a slave to oxys. I was a slave to methamphetamine. I was a slave to Xanax. I mean, I had to have it, and I would do anything to have it at all costs, even if my son was being taken away. The next day I drove my son in because they called me and told me they were going to take him. I had to drive my son up to the CPS office and drop him off. The moment I dropped him off, you guys, I asked my caseworker to drive me and take me to detox, and she did. She took me to detox, and I stayed in detox for about 6 days. On the 6th day, which was a Monday, I transferred from that detox straight over into Oasis Treatment Center here in Little Rock, Arkansas. I would like to say that I stayed sober and I was doing so amazing, but I wasn't. I had my husband sneak me Xanaxes in. I had him get me Xanaxes when he would pick me up to take me to court. I had him bring me Xanaxes for after my visitations with my son, and I got busted. I was in treatment for 2 weeks getting high on Xanax, and they busted me. And that's when my caseworker came down and told me if I relapsed again, that my rights were going to be terminated. They weren't playing games with me. And when they told me that, I thought, oh my God, how could you do this to me? I'm a good person. I just have an addiction. I was so angry because I thought they're just picking on me. Don't they know I'm struggling? Here I am in this beautiful treatment center that people are dying to get into this treatment center. And I'm inside this treatment center smuggling Xanaxes in. Blatant disrespect for the staff, blatant disrespect for myself, blatant disrespect for the other kids that were in rehab with me. Because see, all I could think about was myself. All I could think about was how I felt. All I could think about was how I was sad because my son got taken away. It wasn't, oh my gosh, my son, I'm worried, is he okay? Are they hurting him? It was, I don't feel good. I'm unhappy. I'm sad. I can't live with this. And I wanted to cover it all up. I didn't want to deal with reality. And I can say this with confidence today that I was a selfish bitch back then, and everything revolved around what I could do, when I could do it, and how high I could do it, how high I could get doing it. And that would be the only reason why I would do anything. You know, I got busted, you guys, and I'm so grateful that they let me stay in treatment the last 2 weeks, because they could have just kicked me out. And I could be sitting here today telling you a totally different story. My son could still be in foster care to this day. But I got caught, thank God. By the grace of God, God stepped in and intervened, and I got caught, you guys. And they put me on a strict program. And when I got out of treatment 2 weeks later, I still wanted to use. And I don't know if it was because I was trying so hard not to cope with my reality, but I was struggling so much. And that's when I got on Suboxone. And ever since then, I haven't relapsed, and it's been 4.5 years, 4 years and 6 months. And this has been the best 4 years and 6 months of my whole entire life. Now, has it been difficult? Have I had hardships? Have I had, emotional breakdowns and fights and arguments with family and lost jobs? I've been fired in my recovery. But I'm going to tell you this, you guys. There's not one thing that I would trade for a day in my old life, in my addiction. I'm happy to be clean. I'm happy to be sober today. But back then, it was all me, me, me. All I cared about was what I was doing and how I felt. And today I can truly tell you that I no longer focus on what I want. I no longer focus on it being about me. Now, I work so hard to put the needs of others before my own. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Helping others has saved my life. Because there's days where I struggle. I run into an old friend. I drive into a neighborhood where I used to get high. I just have a hard time. I get depressed. I get insecure. I look at myself in the mirror and I see all this weight I've gained and I think, God, I'm never going to lose it. And these thoughts start coming into my mind, like intrusive thoughts of getting high, using methamphetamine, getting high on opiates. And then one of you guys calls, or then I reach out to somebody to check on them, or I get a text message or an email, or one of you guys comments on my YouTube channel, and it totally just brings me out of that darkness. And so when I tell you guys that you guys help me and that this channel has been instrumental in saving my life, like, I'm not joking. I don't think you can ever understand. I really don't. So yeah, the last time I got high was on opiates was the day before I took my son to DHS, and on Xanax 2 weeks into treatment. And I'm so grateful that they caught me, you guys, because I probably would have never gotten sober. So I love you guys. Please let me know, what was it like the last time you got high? Do you recognize now, looking back on it, how selfish you were? What behaviors and what attitudes do you recognize in yourself from the past now that you're sober? Looking back on yourself, can you see the selfish, self-seeking behavior? Can you see the complete devastation and lack of respect that you had for yourself, and the devastation that you were causing in others' lives, not just your own life, but your family's lives and your friends' lives and your loved ones' lives? Like, seriously, I want you guys to reflect on that and comment down below and let me know, and I'll be commenting with you guys. I'm gonna be checking the comments as soon as I upload this video. But I hope you enjoyed that little story, and I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our Medically Assisted Recovery Anonymous meeting, Overcoming Shame.